All right, so to address this comment, as me and this person were kind of having a back and forth in the video I posted about Stanley Meyer being a fraud and none of them real. So first, I want to put out there, and I put a link in that video as a comment that shows why it is HHO engines or generators do not produce any efficiency worth the value. There's an actual video that has scientific evidence showing why it doesn't work. So this guy asked, so what's your angle? Solar, gas, or wind turbines better? Sell off that investment. They're all obsolete. So there's problems with all of them, and there's not anything at this point that's good. Fuel, we're going to run out of gas because we're going to run out of the natural resource of oil. That's going to happen. Plus, it's destroying the environment. Solar, no, solar is out of reach for too many people. So solar doesn't do enough. The efficiencies are too little that if you put solar panels on your roof, it's not going to do enough to offset much. I know there's people who claim like, oh my God, I have no utility bill now. That's not the case. Some people do see a reduction, but you're not going to get paid gobs and gobs of money from the utility company. And that's because they cut off what they're going to pay you out. One, two, the efficiencies just aren't that great. Battery technology is still needed to be improved. And also, if you do get those solar, it is a scam. Companies will sell you solar to put on your house, but they're going to put you into a 30-year second mortgage to do so. And the average lifespan on solar cells that you're going to get on your roof, the kind they sell you, is miraculously right around that 30-year mark. So you have to go and get them again. And the tax credits generally are not enough to help you to offset the cost of all that. Plus, the batteries will go bad as well. I worked in telecom way back, and we did point-to-point wireless for internet, and we used to use a car battery and a solar panel to keep that point-to-point running in some areas as repeaters, and we were lucky if we got a day off of a car battery and a single solar panel, and it was expensive, exceptionally expensive to do setups like that. As far as gas, like I said, we're going to run out of gas. Wind turbines, the sheer amount of wind turbines we need to produce a viable amount of energy is ridiculous. There used to be a scam running around where companies would offer to install a single wind turbine, a smaller one, in your backyard, and for multiple reasons that did not work. One, you have to have a tower so tall it violates most city regulations. Two, it doesn't produce enough spin to generate the electricity you can actually use worth anything. So yeah, you better solve that investment. You would probably be better off to sell off the solar panels you've got if you bought them through some company, which you can't because they contract you into it, and recoup some of your costs that way. But no, currently things that I know of that are working, you can look this up. If people want to know more about it, I'd be glad to get a video here. But Toyota is currently looking into doing actual hydrogen-powered cars. That means engines designed to run off of hydrogen. And they're boasting at this point, now we'll see if this happens or not. I'm not putting full faith into this, but what they've shown looks doable. They're saying that with a hydrogen tank and an engine designed to run on hydrogen, the actual science of, they're expecting about 600 miles total range on a vehicle. Now, to couple that with what they're going to do, they're going to put different types of batteries in there. There's a newer battery chemistry they have. So we're looking at a total of 600 miles of combination of hydrogen powering an engine, a hydrogen engine that has been designed to be run by hydrogen at super efficiency, to charge batteries, and those batteries will provide that. So we're going to be in a place where there will be EVs, and it's going to be a lot better than something like what Tesla has or what else is out there at this point. I don't know if the ringtone came through or not. Somebody was trying to call while I was on here, so that came through. Sorry, guys. But no, I don't like oil. I'd prefer to be away from it, but solar is just not doing enough. Solar does have some applications, but the technology has proven to be very difficult to scale up to what we need. It takes fields upon fields of solar panels angled just right. And I live in Colorado. Our utilities here in the city I'm in, they use a solar farm, and it offsets very little, and the project was exceptionally expensive. In the end, it turned out to be a PR stunt just to show that they could build a solar farm. But the amount of land it takes up is really something. And for it not to do very much, it's not powering enough homes to make a difference. What do I like? What would I like to see more of? I'd like to see more development into nuclear power. I would like to see more of that. There is too much fear around nuclear energy that is unjust. Unfortunately, there are problems there too, and I can fully admit that without a problem. They're exceptionally expensive to build. I think Georgia was the last one to get a power plant. It cost them like $36 billion. But we have to keep in mind that's because a private company bought it from the state and then started doing things that inflated the cost so they get more money. There's a whole thing on that as well. That was in the news not too long ago. I want to say about a week ago. And it's going to cost people money, not because the nuclear energy is inefficient, but because of the fact that that private company wants their return on investment. So they're amping up the cost to sell that energy back to the people, even though the people paid taxes to get that nuclear power plant there. But no, I would like to see more nuclear. I think it can be safe. We've got tons of nuclear power plants as it is. We have lots that have not had a problem. So the rhetoric about how nuclear power plants are unsafe and harm neighborhoods and people, no. I would have no problem living next to a power plant. Nuclear power plant doesn't bother me at all. I'd rather live next to a nuclear power plant than a coal power plant at this point. So, but no, there are options coming down the pipeline, but some of the things we can do is reduce what we're currently using. Switching to EVs will greatly reduce what we're using, but yeah, we're very far behind in energy development. I would love to see our country, the United States, do a lot more to research into more and better methods.